let's do a defect run. Sorry about that extremely short silent run. one meant to be. Card remove, common relic, curse for a rare card, or boss relic. Probably going to do a boss relic swap because we're playing defect, and cracked core doesn't scale very well towards the end of the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pathing. If the boss swap is really good, we can get 4 elites here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's see it. Sozu. Sozu's pretty strong. We'll see how we get through these early question marks. And maybe we try for 4. Immediately punished by Jawworm. Understandable. Jawworm has noticed that we didn't have a starting lightning orb, so he decided to put our dual cast in our starting hand, which I think is rude. But we got him back. Top. Excuse me. Top 5 boss swaps on defect. Let's see. So the top is... let's see. So, okay. Pandora's Box, obviously, is the top 1. Let's get that out of the way. Best one is Pandora's Box. Second best is like Black Star or maybe Inserter for defect. I think those are 2 and 3. And then it's like something like Coffee Dripper or Snecko Eye or Runic Pyramid, rounding out the top 5. We have to cut one of those, but yeah, Snecko Eye is definitely up there. It's not top 1 though. Top 1 is clearly Pandora's Box. Tempest with extra energy makes some sense. Hologram and Auto Shields are not great floor 1 picks. I guess Auto Shields is actually fairly nice. Helps us block for hallway fights. Yeah, exactly. Snecko is a bit of a liability in Act 1. It's so strong, though, by the end of the game. I really do prefer, like, part of the reason to do boss relic swaps at the beginning of the run is if you get extra energy, then, like, Snecko Eye is actually really good in Act 2. Because, like, you have to pick Snecko Eye. It's way too good to skip. But if you see it, sometimes you just die at the beginning of Act 2. Because your deck isn't built for Snecko Eye yet. And Snecko Eye decides that everything costs 3, and you're a 3 energy Snecko Eye deck. But if you have 4 energy, then you can play, like, 2 cards that cost 2 on those disaster turns, and that'll keep you alive. I think I am going to pick Auto Shields. I don't think the Tempest Dream is very real. Okay. Once again, starting with dual cast, rude. Go ahead and strike to guarantee he does. Aha! Auto Shields. Coming in clutch. That's the turn Auto Shields was made for. And that's end turn lethal. I guess I didn't need the blocks. Reinforced Body is a hell of a card. A little bit concerning to pick 2 block cards in a row, Auto Shields and Reinforced Body. They're very strong, though. Comparing things to no whale bonus is kind of strange, because you always get a whale bonus. So I don't really have that sort of baseline established. Is it FTL, surely? I mean, FTL does damage, but, like, not very much of it. And we're a 4 energy deck, and it's a 0-cost card. We don't really want 0-cost cards. I kind of want that Reinforced Body. How did you get the alternate card arts? After you beat the heart, there's a button here. Yeah, Gremlin Knob is scary, for sure. I don't want to pick 2 skills in a row, but I also don't really want FTL. And Reinforced Body is so good. So I don't know of any that are worse. I don't know how to compare things to no Niao bonus. But I do know that Ectoplasm is very bad. So Ectoplasm and Busted Crown are sort of the big stinkers of the Boss Relic swap gang. Sometimes Calling Bell hates you. And Calling Bell is really bad. sorry, Disc Buddy. You'll get there. It kind of replaces itself. So the issue with FTL long term is that if you're like drawing a bunch of cards, it can be difficult to get the FTL to actually replace itself in a long turn. It's just a very low impact card. It's not very card efficient. It's bad at like Time Lord and stuff. I love that Arde made the airplane joke, despite like not being here in person. Oh my god, that finger point emoji is great. I love it. I'm going to take a Reinforced Body. Let's hope we get some more attacks. This is starting to look like a what's it called? Recompile deck? Is it called Recompile? Or is it like Reconfigure or something? I don't know. Reprogram. That's what it is. I have a lot of synonyms for compiling because I'm a software engineer. I'm ready to go with those compile synonyms. Hey Sherwins, how's it going? We could remove a card. I think we're going to take the healing because we haven't added any attacks to the deck. And so if we remove an attack, we're going to have 3 strikes and a zap for all of our damage. And that's scary. We also get full value out of healing. And if we're going to do 4 elites, we need some healing, right? Probably not going to do 4 elites at this point. But you never know. We're going to take a voluntary fight here. And get a couple of louses. Bam, auto shields. Doing work. We can split both and defend. Oh, removing a defend. Yeah, that makes some sense. Removing a defend is sneaky, because that increases the attack density of the deck. I should have thought of that. Good call it, Fuzzy Duck. That might have been a better play. I'm not sure, though. Health is pretty good. But, like, card removes... Like, health only helps us for Act 1, right? The card remove helps us for the rest of the game. I think I'm just going to split 1. There's not really any value to splitting this one, because we can't kill him next turn anyway with just 1 attack. Yeah, exactly. If we've got auto shields and reinforced body, like, the defends are totally unnecessary. I like trying to take 0 in the fight. And we did. Dang it. Sozu, that Sozu so baited me. I was like, ooh, an attack pot. Okay, now we've got some damage. I was like, nope. Sozu'd. Probably going to be the Cold Snap because we're super desperate for an attack. Also, Cold Snap is just good. Definitely can't take Charge Battery. That would be our 3rd defensive card in a row. That's a major warning light. Sure. We could go to a voluntary fight here to try and pick up another attack. I think we're not doing the Mega Elite. But maybe this is like Scrap Ooze and we get a Fossilized Helix on our first reach in. It is Scrap Ooze. Dude, that would have been the most epic call of all time. If I called the event and the outcome perfectly. That would have been mega epic. Well, I'm glad we healed at that Cleric, because now I've got something I want to dump some health into. Right, question card. That's good. I like question card. I do not feel strong enough to fight this elite. I'm not sure. Max, are you mocking me, or like, what's the... Question card's pretty nice. Question card's most relevant when you have Busted Crayon, but it's actually like pretty relevant all the time. Question card's good. I thought maybe you were confusing it with Prayer Wheel, because Prayer Wheel would be like the big hit. I don't know. Is that a sarcastic face? It's just :D, right? Which is like a classic smiley. But I do feel like Twitch makes it look a little bit sarcastic. But that's probably just my own insecurities. I think we need to smith that Cold Snap because it's all the damage. It's all we've got. We've just got this Cold Snap. I guess we could rest. That just feels like an utter chicken shit move. No, resting is off the table. We're not doing that. All right, Cold Snap. Let's do it. I guess we're taking a card remove now. So now I think I am going to remove that Defend. Auto Shield and Reinforced Body. Super defensive. Also, Cold Snap is a Frost Orb, so pretty happy to remove a Defend. Yeah, question card is definitely good. The relic I called out was Fossilized Helix, which is like a big run-defining rare, right? And the one that I got is a common relic, so I thought maybe you were mocking me. Elite or question mark? Is there a world where we fight 2 elites and then go rest and fight a 3rd elite? I'm skeptical. We're really good against sentries, which is odd, because normally Defect is quite bad at sentries, because the zap damage is untargetable. But like Frost Orbs are super good against sentries, and we've got Auto Shields and Reinforced Body, which are like super card dense. I'm gonna go for it. Ooh, it is sentries, okay. I've never been so excited to see sentries as a Defect. Like, literally, I think this is the best. I mean, I guess I have, like, been able to infinitely block sentries before, but, like, pretty excited to see them here. Zap versus Strike. I think I'll go ahead and Zap. It does more damage over the long term. I do eventually want to have 3 Frost Orbs, maybe. I guess I don't have, like, a Glacier or anything, and the Cold Snap is skipping a Shuffle, so I don't think 3 Frost Orbs is really viable. But if the Lightning Orb's in front, then it literally, there's no downside. Because by the time we get 3 Frost Orbs, we'll just rotate the Lightning Orb. I swear to God, if I die to these sentries also, this will be a cursed stream. I'm going to go ahead and use the dual cast. It helps us target the strike as well. Or not. If we strike him, we've got to strike next turn. Max damage next turn is 18. If we get really lucky, we could kill him, but it's very unlikely, so I'm not going to try it. I'm going to try to kill him before he attacks again. Lightning Orb agrees. Okay. Auto Shield's putting in the work. And Strike is lethal. Cool. Alright. Well, we did lose some health, but we got there. Ancient Tea Set. Okay. Electrodynamics. Now we're talking. It's damage. Compile Driver's also here. We have 4 energy, so Compile Driver's quite good. We also have 2 orb types. So Compile Driver's like an attack and card draw. Maybe it's Compile Driver. Well, the thing about Electro is, like, if we're doing hallway fights, it's super, super good. Oh yeah, we can definitely get through Act 1 if we pick Electro. It's not super strong, but, like, imagine this being Gang of Slimes or something, and we Electro on turn 1 and just trivialize them. Electro is quite strong. But Compile Driver is nice too, and we do really need the attack. Electro is so good at Act 2. Yeah, we will see more rare cards than normal because of the question card. So the rare chance will keep building up. And I feel like we're seeing the results of that already. Part of the reason I picked both of these is I was hoping for, I guess I talked about this already, but like reprogram. And if we pick Electro, we're basically never picking reprogram. It's Compile Driver, we could still pick it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab the Electro. Omamori. That's an early Omamori. Should be good. Should be useful. If we go this way, we're committed to an elite before a fire. If we go this way, we have kind of an awkward early shop, and then we get to fire before the elite. I kind of like awkward early shop plus fire before elite. We're like behind on attacks. An awkward early shop lets us buy some attacks. And getting a fire before the elite's nice. Alright, awkward early shop. What do you got for me? Go buy a capacitor. Capacitor, Scrape, Swift Strike? We could do... No, we can't afford Scrape, Swift Strike. Scrape is quite good now. So we could just take it for damage, and then hope to build some more stuff around it. It's not quite a curse. We do generate some orbs. It'll be good against Hexaghost. Excuse me. Well, after we buy this Scrape, we have like 60 gold left. 63, so like I can't see what else to spend it on. I guess we could buy... Is this a Focus Pot? It is. Focus Pot's pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy these both. Fuzzy Ducky says, no pots. Oh, right. Sozu. Fuzzy Ducky keeps telling me things that I'm already supposed to know. That's Fuzzy Ducky's theme for the day. Alright, Electro's good here. So is Defend. Oh, more, I should stop this from being a cursed run. I like it. 7 damage plus 12 over 2 turns is 19. Probably sets up this Fungi Beast to die next turn. Yeah, I don't see the value in Capacitor. Okay. Cold Snap Strike does indeed kill him. Actually, just Cold Snap kills him. So we can let Cold Snap double defend, strike the other guy. Double defend, let's see, he'd hit for 9, so double defend already blocks out. Yeah, this is a slam dunk play. Okay. Second Capacitor, huh? Well, that's kind of strange. There's a Claw here, we have a Scrape. See, that's what I'm saying. Electro, like, is super good in hallway fights. Claw Scrape is a thing. We need damage, right? We need damage more than we need a second Capacitor. Yeah, okay. I'll take a claw. We're up against Hexaghost, so it's really important we scale up. Claw. Is 29 health enough? Can we take an upgrade? I guess the problem with upgrade is there's not really any good options. It's probably auto shields is the best. There's 15, which is kind of insane. Zap and Dual Cast are both relevant because Scrape. We could upgrade Scrape, true. Finds Claw slightly more. But I think doubling the number of targets by upgrading Dual Cast probably would be better. Maybe Zap with the Electro. Is it worth 21 health? I think 29 is probably okay. Actually, 29 is just... I don't know if this deck kills Gremlinob on turn 3. I think this deck, like, reinforce bodies on turn 3 or something. That's not a good sign. I kind of want to be low on life, though, so that Hexaghost doesn't hit too hard. But yeah, this might be a rest. Just because there's not like a super good upgrade. Maybe we get a card from the elite and then we upgrade that. Yes, we do have a hallway. Yeah. Okay. Lagavulin. Oh, Cold Snap Plus wakes him up. It's a downside of upgrading Cold Snap. I think we're going to skip it. Yeah, nothing this turn. We'll wait for Claws and stuff. Maybe Electro. Capacitor draws 4. Most likely that gets a Claw. If we do get Claw, though, we actually don't play it. Because that would wake him up. So I think we're just going to draw 5 by ending turn. So this is Capacitor Zap here. Alright, Claw Strike is a very sad little wake up. Dual Cast or leave it. So 16 damage versus 3 per turn. Do we think the fight is going longer than 5 turns? If it does, then Lagavulin will be hitting us for a total of at least 60 damage. Yeah, I think we do need to wait for it. I don't think we're filling up the orb slots anytime super soon either. Alright, second Claw. Well, all we have is damage, so I guess it's Electro Double Strike. That's rough. Does this deck not have enough block for you? What's going on? How did that happen? Auto Shields is more energy efficient than Reinforced Body. And then we'll fit in a Scrape to get back to the Claw. And then, like, Zap Reinforced Body for 1. Come on, Lightning Orbs. You know what to do. Let's get him. No Claw. Sure enough, here's the 60 damage attack. Looks like we actually would have gotten better value out of dual casting it. Because we're evoking it here. Let's see, this is 12 damage at the end of the turn, so we have lethal. Great. Echo Form. Well, Echo Form's good. We've got a Capacitor and a Claw, with it, which are both excellent Echo Form targets. Scrape is pretty good too. Filter through the whole deck for the Claw. Sure. I mean, that card's just good. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. That's a good one. Okay. Electro Reinforced Body makes some sense. Blocks for 14. We take 6. I mean, skipping Electro would be insane here, right? So let's not do that. I guess actually a Dual Cast would have blocked for 6. That's slightly less than 7, though. Zap, double defend, strike is the only viable line. It's true, we are below 24. It's kind of a good thing. We don't have any side quests, although when we do, we're going to be really good at them with Echo Form. I'll try to draw that claw again. Nope. Oh, I guess we have lethal. Second claw versus compiled over steam barrier and charge battery. Second claw makes Scrape have 2 targets. We are desperate for damage scaling. I will take it. Ka-claw! We're claw deck now, boys. Upgrade on reinforced body, auto shields, Echo Form, Zap. I don't know. We could rest. It does give us an extra card reward because of Dreamcatcher. We would get 21 health and go to 43. We pass 2 Hexaghost breakpoints, so we take an additional 12 damage on turn 2. Although we might actually be able to block it with a Reinforced Body. If we like Echo Form turn 1, Reinforced Body on turn 2, we're blocking it. Yeah, I'm with you, Sherwins. I think that's probably not the right play. Scrape draws the claws a little bit more aggressively, and does 3 extra damage. I think it has a pretty high draw and played rate. I think we care about our damage scaling more than our block scaling. So let's go for that Scrape. Alright, Hexaghost. Oof, Reinforced Body on turn 1 is real bad. We skipped the Echo Form there too. Didn't get either claw. It's just about the worst possible start with 4 extra energy. Yikes. I always upgrade Echo Form so I can play it, forget it's up, and hate my plays. Yeah, I feel that. Auto Shield's Cold Snap blocks out. Got some extra energy to play everything else in the hand. I mean, yeah, we full block because we intentionally tanked our damage, right? Echo Form gets to be played here. We're super happy about that. Still blocking out. But we are way behind on damage, so let's get there. Scrape draws 10 cards. Almost guaranteed to hit both. Or it is guaranteed to hit at least 1 claw. Is there anything we want to put in the shuffle? Seems like Cold Snap's pretty important. Let's put Cold Snap in the shuffle. Oh. Right. Alright, we double Cold Snapped. That's fine. Just getting an extra Frost Orb. It's not even obviously worse. We definitely want to double claw when we can. There's no way anyone who could have predicted that. That's right. That's what I like to hear. We could double Electro this turn. I mean, if you want damage, this is how you get it. We're still way behind. There's a claw here. Scrape gets that. Are we like double Cold Snapping intentionally this time? Cold Snap does do 18 damage. Scrape is already guaranteed getting a claw. I think we are double Cold Snapping on purpose. Do we want to put auto shields in the shuffle? Yes. Yeah, double auto shields. The dream. Reinforced Body is more energy efficient than defend. Did we catch up? Feels like a lot of damage. Looks like a lot of damage. Uh-oh, this does not look like lethal next turn. So max damage here is Cold Snap Dual Cast. It's not really a way of dealing with statuses. It kind of works. But then you end up drawing the statuses instead of the scrape in the new set. Alright, I think we need that max damage, so let's go for it. $12 plus 6 at the end of the turn. 18, we're off by 1, are you kidding me? Oh wait, is Double Zap more damage? Double Zap evokes this Lightning Orb and does 6 at the end of the turn. So it's 8 plus 6 is 14, 20. Yep, that's 2 more damage, and that's enough. Whew, I almost missed it, too. GG, Hexaghost. Alright. Very close to the line there. Pretty much precisely riding it. Just exactly the right amount of damage. I thought we were behind the whole fight, but we ended up perfecting Hexaghost, so that feels nice. Core Surge seems like the obvious pick here. Fission's nice too. Core Surge helps set up the biased cog that we probably want. We have a capacitor and a slightly increased rare chance with question cards, so finding a biased cog is on the table. Core Surge also just like does damage and blocks Heart Vulnerable. If you dual cast, it'll block Heart Vulnerable and, what is it, Weak or Frail? I forget which is next. Frail doesn't matter at all, so that one's kind of bad. Yeah, it seems like Core Surge and Fission are the like actual options, and then Rainbow and Hyper Beam are the like Omega Lull options. If we had picked the reprogram, maybe Hyper Beam, but we did not. Or if we'd found the reprogram, that's what I mean. Fission does cost 0, so we can find it with our Scrape Plus. It also draws a bunch of cards, so we can get our claws going. It's true, Echo and then Hyper Beam is pretty pog. Does a lot of AoE damage for Ek too. I think Electrodynamics is probably going to be our AoE, and Electro and Hyper Beam sort of fight each other. We haven't seen any focus yet. I kind of wish that Fission, for the upgrade, gave you 2 cards per orb. Still 1 energy. Still removes them instead of evoking them. Just draws you 2 cards. Alright, I'm going to take some Core Surge. Okay. Coffee Derp we wanted with the last guy. It's pretty bad here because we have Dreamcatcher. We could take Ectoplasm and deny ourselves all the important resources in the run. No potions, no gold. Yeah, it seems like a pretty obvious pyramid. I agree. Pyramid's good with Core Surge to help set up things and stuff. Not particularly great with Scrape, but it can work. Sherwins, have you ever heard Redbeardy talk about Echoform Plus? He thinks that Echoform Plus is literally the worst upgrade in the game. He never does it. I'm not as vitriolic as he is about it. I'll upgrade it sometimes, but pretty rarely. Yeah. Okay. We're Pyramid deck now. Yeah, there are situations where we like end up with it stuck in hand If it's stuck in hand, though, like, we can just let it exhaust. It's not like a super core. It is powerful. It might end up being super core, but it's not yet. 3 elite line on left. I do imagine we're probably hunting elites with an Electro. Also hunting question marks because it's Act 2, and we still have all of our strikes and defense. Or most. We did get rid of 1 defend. So Ancient Rating is on the table. Bite's always good for defect. We got both claws, so I guess we'll start that going. Okay. Reinforced body blocks out. I think I'd rather just like Echo Form Reinforced body for 1. Actually, no, I'm going to Echo Form and defend. We take 6 this turn, but we hold the Reinforced body. Maybe I was supposed to hold the Scrape turn 1. This would currently block for 40. That seems excessive. But it kind of isn't. We could play double Electro Auto Shields Reinforced Body. That blocks for 13. Not great. Maybe it's like double Capacitor Auto Shields Reinforced Body. That would block for 18. Take 4. Auto Shield's Echo Form is so awkward. I hate it. Why couldn't we have drawn the Core Surge last turn and block all the Frail? I think that artifacts should work differently. I think that how artifacts should work is like if I had Core Surged on turn 1, instead of having 5 Frail, I should have 4 Frail. I think artifact charges should just go mono e mono with debuffs. I think it's too strong the way it is. And like they're too the developers are clearly like super afraid of giving you artifact charges because they're like mega important. So I'd like to tone them down a little bit so they can be more of an actual mechanic and less game breaking when you get them. Yeah, I think the double capacitor is the best line. Right, exactly, yeah. Our Core Surge would do more, but then you'd be able to find them on other sources. Core Surge could even do like 4 artifact then. But if you played Bias Cog, like I guess it would still work with Bias Cog because Bias Cog just gives you 1 focus down, so it's still 1 debuff. We could just Reinforce Body and not use the Auto Shields. It only blocks for 3 more than Reinforce Body. I kind of want to get it out of hand, though. And it is technically more energy efficient. Alright, probably want to double Claw. So it's like double Claw, Auto Shields, defend Electro or something. Okay. Maybe instead of Electro, it's like Zap Strike to clear out some more hand room. We're having trouble keeping up here. We need to get upgrades on like Dual Cast and Zap. Do I think Pellets needs a nerf? No, I think Pellets is fine. It is very strong. If I was gonna nerf Pellets, I would like make it remove 5 stacks of debuff total. But then it's like super fiddly about like which stacks it does first. So I think I would leave Orange Pellets alone just because it's really inconvenient to work with. It's kind of an all or nothing mechanic. Is Electro even more damage than Zap Double Strike? I'm not sure that it is. Because Zap Double Strike lets us play more Claws because it has more hand size. Yeah, let's do that. Or Zap Strike, rather. And the claws are doing a lot here. Is this lethal? Double Claw is... So, Claw and Echo Form do not work the way that they appear to work. When we play Claw and Echo Form creates like an ethereal copy of the card. And the ethereal copy says the number 13 on it, and does 11 damage. So it'll do 22 damage, and then the next Claw we play will do 15. Just a heads up about that mechanic. That one caught me off guard, because I had no idea that was how this game worked. And it seems very strange, and I'm suspicious. Seems like a bug. We could just block for 40, and then single claw. I don't think we're getting lethal this turn. 22 plus, like, 16 is 38, plus 6 is 44, plus 11 is 55, plus 9 is 64. So we actually do have lethal. Okay, great then. Let's do it. So he's at 37. If it works like it should, and it does 11 plus 13, it would do 24 damage, and he would end up at 13 armor. But he'll end up at 15 armor, for reasons that make no sense to me. Gotta love software engineering. Makes you appreciate the little things, like bugs. Glacier and Scrape are here. Both of those would be outstanding inclusions in the deck. I'm a little bit afraid of Glacier. We had a lot of energy problems with the Runic Pyramid. But Glacier's super good, right? As a general, like, card game strategy, I would rather have 2 of something really good that I'm building around than 2 different good things that are both sort of like doing their own thing. There's arguments for both, right? The argument for picking Glacier instead of second Scrape, assuming that they're equally, like, quote-unquote good. The argument for Glacier over Scrape is, like, if you get into a problem that can be solved with only one of the 2, then you have both solutions, right? So you have a Glacier ready for the disaster. But I think the more practical consideration is usually, like, if you have 2 Scrapes, then you can pick 0-cost cards because you know you're going to draw them because you have 2 Scrapes. Like, they self-synergize because you can build around them, right? Whereas you can't really build around having a Scrape and a Glacier as easily. However, at the beginning, I assumed that they're both equally good, and that's really not true. Glacier is quite a bit better than Scrape. Off the blocks, as it were. But we do have 2 claws in the deck, so we're not really off the blocks in this situation. Fusion is a consideration, that's fair. Charge Battery, also a consideration, both energy manipulation. But I don't think I would pick any of them over second Scrape. Scrape seems insanely good with 2 claws and an Echo Form. We do need to find some more, like, need to find a 0-cost way of blocking. Or like an all-for-one or something. Seems like that's kind of the direction we're turning. That being said, our Frost Orbs are kind of sad. It's just a cold snap. It's hard for it to keep up, especially if we upgrade Zap. We're going to be seeing that Zap a lot if we Scrape. And there's no 0-cost thing that generates Frost Orbs other than the one that does it at the beginning of the fight. Or once per fight. All-for-one with Pyramid seems hard to deal with. I disagree. All-for-one and Pyramid are a great combo. You need a turbo. But being able to control what things are in your discard pile and when, and what's in your hand when you shuffle, is very useful. think it's probably the Glacier here. Glacier's just really good. We need some more block. Ah, do we need more block? Auto shields and reinforced body? Seems like I might be saying things that are untrue. I have 2 claws. I want 2 scrapes. I'm gonna pick a scrape. Apparitions. Well, if we pick this, we are never ever upgrading anything other than apparitions again, most likely. We're going to spend the rest of the game upgrading apparitions, which means we never upgrade zap or dual cast. Costs us a little bit of current HP. We'd go down to, looks like 35. So it would cost us 14 current HP. Man, I wish these were bites. Bites would be really good. Bites wouldn't cost any current HP. And we have like Echo Form. We could heal up to full in every fight. I do love Vampire Robots. Defect is really good with bites. But it's not. It's apparitions. I think we're no on apparitions. It's just too risky. Costs too much health. It's difficult to use with Pyramid. Although it's kind of good with Pyramid too, right? Because if you, assuming we had all the apparitions upgraded, then like in Act 4, we get to like spend 2 turns drawing apparitions for Heart turn 1. We're against Champ. We'd probably change our pathing to, instead of being like these elites, to being like these fires. So we'd skip this elite for that fire, basically. We already have strong defensive tools, though. Auto shields, reinforced body. I'd been a lot more confident about skipping this if we'd just picked the Glacier. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip it. Okay. Upgrade all strikes and defends. Music to my ears. Come on in, guys. Water sign. Well, that's helpful. This one's not. We could just take a curse. We got an Omamori charge to give. Yeah, it seems like the clear option here. Okay. Shop or fight? Not super enthusiastic about a card remove, given that we just upgraded all of our strikes. Shop could have, like, orange pellets, or, like, bias cog. Yeah, let's go try and buy a card. It's got an all for 1, but we can't buy it. That hurts. Steam Barrier is a 0-cost thing we can hit with Scrape. It's got a Fairy. We can afford Fairy Steam Barrier. Seems like buying more 0-cost stuff is really important. Ah, I keep forgetting about Sozu. God damn it. Thanks, Carly. Appreciate it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't let you click this button, right? Yeah. Just flashes your Sozu at you. Hey, idiot. You've got a Sozu. Flash of Steel is pretty nice with Scrape. Could do Flash of Steel, Steam Barrier. Could do Steam Barrier card remove. We do have a an Echo Form, so we could pick Self-Repair. Can't quite afford Self-Repair Flash of Steel. I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, the way the game mechanics interact, you would expect to be able to buy it and then you just don't get it. Which would be sad. You can restart shops if that happens to you. We're missing out on Dolly's Mirror. Not a huge deal there. That's probably fine. Flash of Steel is a little bit scary because it's not very card efficient, and we're already in a little bit of danger of not being card efficient. I guess Claws eventually get card efficient. Eventually it's doing 24 damage, but it takes a while. Really wish I could buy the All for One, but I can't. Oh well. Is it Steam Barrier Flash of Steel or Steam Barrier Card Remove? I think those are really the only options. Steam Barrier Flash of Steel costs more, is more efficient in that way. Could be Steam Barrier Self-Repair. Yeah, no, it's a zero cost card, so it's very energy efficient. It's not very card efficient because you're playing a card and it's not doing very much. So it is exactly about Heartbeat that I'm talking. So it's Heartbeat and Chosen and Time Lord are the main like card efficiency testers. Anybody with Malleable is also sort of a card efficiency test. So Snake Plant or Writhing Mass tests the efficiency of your attacks. You could view Gremlin Knob's effect as a card efficiency test. I'm surprised that the bot doesn't know about Chosen. Maybe you need to say Chosen 1? Does it work on... Does it work on enemies? It does not work on enemies. Okay. Chosen's the one who hexes you. She's the, like, next phase in Cultist. Bigger than Cultist, not as big as Awakened One. Although I believe Chosen is the one who turns into Awakened One later. I think that's the story implication. She was chosen to be awakened. I do like the self-repair side quest with Echo Form. It is hexes for non-attacks. So yeah, the Flash of Steel is not a problem against Chosen, but... it is a problem against Writhing Mass, Time Lord, and the Heart. What is the deal with Steam Barrier? Like, okay, so you fill the room with steam, right? And you like vanish into the fog, right? That makes sense. Why does it decrease your block by this card's block by 1? Like, what is happening? Are you like running out of moisture to turn into steam, or like is the room getting really humid and so it's not working, or like are enemies getting used to it or something? Like, what in the world is the fiction here? What is happening? Your steam heater cools down. I'm also trying to reconcile it with like if you get dexterity then it goes up, right? So like I don't know. Things don't make sense. I was trying to imagine like, okay, so if this deck gets a kunai, right? This would be a really good kunai deck. We could like play Claws a bunch of times a turn and play Steam Barrier a bunch of times a turn. And the Steam Barrier would get stronger over the course of the fight. And I was like, if I get really dexterous, my Steam Barrier works better. So like, what? Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe there's like... maybe there's like some water nearby and I'm like using my dexterity to like tumble over to it and refill my steam reservoir a lot. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna click these cards and move on. I'm done talking about this shop. Okay. Okay. Let's start with Flash of Steel. Ooh, scrape. Alright. Cold Snap Strike kills this one. That seems like something we should be doing. And then I guess I'll dual cast this to to block most of the way out. Still taking a little bit. We need to play Echo Form in the fight, so I'm going to play it now. And then I guess I'll scrape. Part of me wants to hold the claws so that I can dual cast them. Another part of me wants to play both claws now so that they get shuffled. Another part of me wants to play one claw so that I draw 5 cards. That's a lot of parts. That's confusing. I don't usually have that many parts. I'm going to go for both claws and shuffle. Alright, we have dual form, or dual cast up, Echo Form. We are probably going to, like, scrape on him, and then, like, use 2 claws to kill him, ideally. Or could be, like, Claw Strike. I guess I'll start with Double Defend. That seems effective. I'll go ahead and just Core Surge him to death, because we need to do that. We need to do something. Maybe we're not scraping, maybe we're holding scrape. And playing Double Defend. We have an artifact to block one of the Fat Gremlin's effects. The other one will get through. Let's try and kill him. I guess we can't fail, right? Scrape Strike kills him. We've got 5 cards in hand, so that makes us pretty happy. We're blocking out, and we can double claw next turn. We might draw the other claw too, but we did draw the other claw. Alright, so this says 14, and this says 11, that's perfect. And scrape would draw a Flash of Steel, which would shuffle. We need to clear a little bit of hand room first. We have 3, 6, 8 cards in hand, so we need to clear 1 hand room out. I'll play the Electro. It's super good in the fight. And we are going really slow here. We're like way behind the curve. I'll go ahead and play Reinforced Body for nothing. The defends are more energy efficient anyway. And I need to clear it out so that I draw 5 cards. Do I know anything about USB-C hubs on computer? Is it expected for them to become warm? Yeah, so the deal with USB is one of the devices is smart and one of the devices is dumb, right? So if you if you plug a microphone, like my headset, into a computer, the headset is dumb, computer's smart. The way USB hubs work is they put a little, there's a mechanic where when you plug a USB thing in, it can install a driver. So it uses a driver to say, hey, guess what? You actually have 4 USB things on yourself now, instead of just 1. And your computer's like, great, that's all fine. And then when your USB devices talk to your USB hub, it says to your computer, okay, you remember those USB devices I told you about earlier? This one is saying something. And so it's got a little chip in there that's doing the multiplexing. And it might be distributing voltages or current from the host computer across the multiple devices that are plugged into it. So yes, all of these things incur some thermal costs, and I would expect it to become warm. Although, if it's getting, hot, I would say there might be a problem. Especially if that heat is correlated with, one of the things stopped working. That would be a major sign of problems. We've got 4 energy, and we want to draw cards, so we should get rid of those, the attacks. We could dual cast while we've got the energy, but I kind of want to keep the lightning orbs so that we have them for when he summons gremlins in a sec. Yeah, it's probably fine. Okay. We can double dual cast, which is kind of exciting. I don't really want to double scrape. It's not really an option here, because I don't have 5 spots in hand. So I think double dual cast is probably the pick. Kills both of the gremlins, which is really nice. And it looks like we're getting lethal. No counting relics, so nothing to look at there. Matryoshka, okay. We could pick up another auto shields, which was... The first one has been super awkward, so I don't think we want that. Cold Snap as a Glacier replacement, Loop, and Overclock. Auto shields is a no. I think Overclock's probably a no, too. We're having enough trouble clearing out our hand as is. It would be an extra scrape target, which is something we value pretty highly. But I don't think it's... the effect is not something we want currently. Loop is nice. Loop is always good. We have a fire next floor. Loop has a really good upgrade. Would Loop get the upgrade? I believe it would. Dual cast is pretty good with Loop, so we can double Loop. Sure. I've said a while ago that I might be going to all the rest sites. Oh, I guess that was when I was considering taking apparitions, but I didn't take apparitions, so I don't need to go to all the rest sites. I might still go to this one instead of this elite fight, though. Let's go ahead and upgrade that Loop. Well, the decision time is now, so might as well look. Are we fighting that elite or not? We just fought Gremlin Leader, so it could be Book of Stabbing or Slavers. Slavers are pretty scary. I think we're probably fine against Book of Stabbing. We have Electro. We'd need to draw the Electro, like, pretty early. Yeah, I think I'm sufficiently afraid of Slavers that I want to rest and then fight Slavers. This is chosen. Let's start with Flash Steel. Alright, we've got 6 energy, so I guess we're playing all the powers. I'll hold the reinforced body. It's good to get Echo Form down. And I'll go ahead and scrape as well. Get the first claw out. Alright. Double reinforced body blocks for, gosh, 56. That's a lot. It's more than we need. Using it with 3 energy is plenty. We can probably afford, like, Cold Snap Strike reinforced body. That would block for 14 with 2 Frost Orbs. Be 18, that's exactly blocking out. That seems fine. Maybe should have set up a line where I could Steam Barrier, but I didn't. Alright, I would love to get lethal. I kind of don't think it's happening. Oh, it is happening. Okay, great. Yeah, multiplexing is a fun word. That's just fun to say. I think as a species, we would all be better off if we all just said the word multiplexing at least 5 times a day. Multiplexing. Coolhead is okay. Rebound is kind of awkward with Echo Form, although it's kind of good too. So if you've got 2 things in hand you want to Echo Form, you can Echo Form one of them and rebound the other one. Although we don't really need to rebound it because we just have Pyramid, so maybe we should just not do that. Double Energy seems quite good. If we upgrade Double Energy, cost 0. We have Ancient Tea Set for Mega Energy on turn 1. But just having 8 energy on any one turn is enough, I think, to make me pick it. ×2! Potion Belt's free. Cool. Got the Potion Belt Sozu combo. Gotta love that. I wish that I could have picked Sapphire Key instead of that one. I think Anchor's better than Sapphire Key. We could smith the Double Energy. It's got a pretty good upgrade. But if only people in the vegetable patch say multiplexing, then we can all feel good. Because everyone else is sort of supporting us by not saying multiplexing every day. They can pick a different word like homogeneity or like stupendous. I do not know how stupendous got into that list, but you know what? We're rolling with it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Double Energy. Ooh, Omniscience. That's a good one. Okay. Echoform turn 1 seems good. Cold Snap and Steam Barrier help block out. Still don't quite get there. This is kind of the nightmare fight. Because he wounds you, and we have Riddick Pyramids, so we need to be a little bit careful. Might be worth it to save our scrapes to try and draw our claws back from a deck full of wounds. That's kind of fatalistic reasoning, though. The wounds do not discard. The statuses that that do something at the end of your turn do discard. So like burns discard themselves. Regret, I think, is the one. I think of the right one. Yeah, that one says at the end of your turn. So regret will discard itself, but like normality won't discard itself either. Normality just sticks around if you got Pyramid. But I kind of want to just double scrape now, and then, yeah, double scrape now makes a lot of sense because then we like go through our deck really quickly and shuffle soon. Sure. Just claws, huh? A lot of 0 stuff in the remaining draw pile. And then we'll reinforce body to block. Do we play any claws? It doesn't really matter if we play them now or next turn. So I'll just play them next turn. We could double energy and go up to 16 energy. We don't really have anything we can do with 16 energy, but it'd be fun. I think it's pretty important that we double claw so we can eventually outscale him. And by outscale, I mean kill him before we die. Probably want to triple defend to block out, or to do some blocking. We want to play the claw before we shuffle. Do we shuffle now, or is there anything else we want in the shuffle? I think we kind of want as many cards in the shuffle as possible to drown out the wound density. I guess there's only 1 wound, though. Although there's going to be more, so we definitely want to shuffle this turn. Because we don't want those wounds to be mixed in. So it's like triple defend, strike, shuffle. Okay. It's not quite blocking out. Oh. I guess we can block out. Marinda, you're, uh, yeah, no, Medical Kit is probably one of the best shop relics. If you're not playing, if you're playing Ironclad, the best shop relic is Brimstone because Brimstone's incredible. If you're not playing Ironclad, then Orange Pellets is probably the best. But like after Orange Pellets, I think Medical Kit is probably the best shop relic. So you're pushing on an open door with me. I'm on your team. Medical Kit is absolutely busted. There's a lot of competition for shop relics. Shop relics are really good. Membership card and Clockwork Souvenir are in that discussion. Dolly's Mirror can be really good. Abacus is situationally game-breaking. There are some bad ones. Hand Drill, Sling of Courage. I hesitate to say, but Orrery. Cauldron. But Medkit is busted, especially on Ironclad. Ironclad has... I never realized this until this conversation, but Ironclad has by far the best shop relics. Ironclad makes more use in Medical Kit than anybody else, and Brimstone is absolutely insane. Huh. Never realized that. Oh no, Orange Pellets is incredible, yeah. If you... Yeah, there's... I mean, it does depend on your deck, because you... it's not always good. But Orange Pellets is really, really good. Well, we drew the wound immediately, despite optimizing around not drawing it for as long as possible. We're going to want to triple defend, which means we need to defend first. And then I guess we scrape. Try and find a claw or something. And I'll go ahead and play the Core Surge. We want to play double claws if we can. 7 times 6 is a lot. Alright, let's play the double claw. I think we're going to block out this turn with maybe double energy reinforced body. So let's go ahead and double energy now. Go up to 8. And then we've got some extra energy for messing around. 6 times 7 blocks out exactly. And I think we want Claw in the shuffle, so we'll go ahead and just Claw now. Did a pretty good job of dodging dodging wounds in that shuffle. We didn't get any in there. Double Claw. I think we're looking for lethal here. And we found it. Okay. Easy to find. Nunchaku's insane in the deck. Nunchaku unlocks this deck a lot. We've got 2 scrapes, 2 claws, and a Flash of Steel. Yikes. Consume is something I imagined wanting earlier when I had the early capacitor. Is that still good? I think it is still good. We don't do a ton of orb stuff. But we have an Electro and a Cold Snap. I think it's worth it. It comes pre-upgraded too, which is absolutely good. We can rob him for our last Omamori charge, trade that for a relic. Pretty happy to do that. 85 gold is kind of expensive. So if we pay 85 gold, then maybe in Act 3 we do the Normality Mind Bloom thing. And get 1 Normality and then remove it at a store. Hey Dwindling Storm. How's it going? Where's your weird little cloud emoji? I have become accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and it involves cloud emojis. It's a stork? Sorry, I'm looking at my monitor. I don't see it. He looks like a cloud to me. The stork from Yoshi's Island. Neat. Oh, that one looks like a stork, sure. Cute. I ate your pie. If we don't get Mind Bloom, though, it's just a waste to hold on to the Omamori. Hey, Glade Pixie. Yeah, I moused over it and it tells me what channel it's from. Alright, I don't want to waste an Omamori charge, so I'm just going to rob him. Turn it into 85 gold. Okay. Warpaint, sure. I think we're going for another upgrade here. Oh, they're all bad. Maybe Capacitor, now that we have a Consume. Echo Form is such a good card. If we Echo Form Capacitor plus, we have 8 orb slots to work with. That's quite a lot of room for Consume to be good. Okay. Maybe we pick up an Inserter at the end of this act. Who knows? Haha, we can block the Confusion. Take that, Mr. Snecko. No reason to play Claw this turn. No very good reason not to, but a reason. Like maybe we play Echo Form and eventually double cast that Claw. Seems pretty unlikely. Okay, Auto Shields blocks out. Electrodynamics does damage. So do Claws. And we've reduced our hand size. We'll go ahead and just play the Strike. I guess we could have held one of the Claws. I would like to play Echo Form. I guess I can. I can play Echo Form Steam Barrier Defend to block out. I believe I will. We could do the 16 energy reinforced body for whatever 16 times 9 is. 16 times 9 is 144. That's a lot. But I think I like double consuming. Om nom nom. And then double energy. Cold Snap now blocks for a lot. We need a block for 19 more. Reinforced Body does that with 2 energy. So we'll give Zap an energy and take 1. Double Cold Snap does 12 plus 28, which is lethal. Okay. Set up the Nunchaku on accident. I talked about wanting a turbo. Any reason to not want a turbo? Since then, we did pick up a double energy. So our zero cost thing that gives us energy slot is a little bit full. I think turbo is still good, though. I think we need more. Okay. We're at 40. I think we should be okay. Is it time to upgrade, like, dual cast? I wish I had more Frost Orbs. I think, like, dual cast, Zap, Scrape, and Turbo are the most insistent about needing upgrades. Yeah, no, Flash of Steel is never going to get upgraded, unfortunately. I would honestly probably upgrade a Claw before Flash of Steel. Claw is one of the worst upgrades in the game. Would I upgrade Echo Form before Flash of Steel? We're really getting down to it if we're making that decision. Boy, those are some stinkers. Dual cast is nice. I didn't list auto shields, but auto shields should probably be in the list too. I think we just have a really broad top tier here. Like Zap, Dual cast, auto shields, turbo, and scrape are all like pretty decent. I have difficulty making the scrape work. So I think like scrape and electro are the like second tier, and then the third tier is like the absolutely terrible ones: the claws, echo form, and flash of steel, and core surge. So it's not scrape. I think it's probably not turbo. I don't think we need it that badly. Yeah, dual cast is certainly nice. Auto shields you could say the same thing for, though. Auto shields is pretty useful. Getting 5 extra block. Unfortunately, auto shields is like a candidate for card remove at this point. Auto shields is like not super powerful in Act 3, so maybe it's not a good idea to upgrade it. I do really want to get another scrape target. Zap and dual cast upgrade also helps decost the deck. I think I'm going to go with the dual cast. Alright. Maybe should have considered healing more completely there. Not obviously a bad idea. We have 6 energy and not much to spend it on. There are debuffs in this deck, but Core Surge isn't going to prevent too many of them. Zap is always happening. Core Surge is fine. I guess I'll play Consume to get it out of hand. We don't really have to duplicate the first defend, but I'm going to hold or the first claw, but I'm going to hold the defend. Hey, Beer Rover. I'm not skipping Echo Form in the fight, so that's happening. Defend Steam Barrier makes a lot of sense. I don't really think turboing out defend is right, and turboing out Electrodynamics doesn't seem necessary. Does a little bit of damage. Okay, our double stuff is online. We need a double capacitor at some point. That's the key to our scaling, is dual casting capacitor. So I think that point's going to be right now. Look at all those orb slots. And we can defend and take a small amount of damage. Let's go ahead and get Electro out of the deck as well. And this is 5 cards, so we can hold that. He slapped us right in the face. Alright, let's get the claw scaling going. And get rid of some strikes. Try and draw a Flash of Steel or double energy. I kind of want to draw the Cold Snap. I do not want to skip Cold Snap, so I'm not going to play Scrape this turn because it risks skipping Cold Snap. We pretty much need to hit Cold Snap every shuffle for the next couple of shuffles. We could dual cast to clear out some room for the Cold Snap, but there's no reason to do it this turn. We might as well just do it next turn. Might as well. I say that too fast. Might as well. Alright, probably want to double Cold Snap. We need those Frost Orbs. So let's do that, and then this block's for 27. We only need a block for 17. So we could spend 1 energy on something else first. I would kind of like to double loop. Maybe I should have double looped this turn. Let's go ahead and Flash of Steel. Oh. We have a lot of energy available. We could go up to 12 energy right now. Reinforced body to block for 1,000,000. I think I want dual cast to get in the shuffle, so I'm gonna play dual cast. And I have hand size issues, so I think I'm gonna play auto shields. I guess I don't want the scrapes to skip the shuffle either, so I should play the big scrape. Alright, so let's make room and play the big scrape. We've got 6 cards, so we need to get rid of 1, or we can play the small scrape. I guess neither one is getting into the shuffle, so I'll play the small scrape. Oh, the size of my hands? No, those are fine. Blocking for 21, I only need to give Reinforced Body 1 energy, so I'll go ahead and scrape for the last one. Well, now I've got hand size problems again. Unfortunately, Loop, Cold Snap, and Claw all want to be dual casted here. So I think that Cold Snap and Claw are going to give up their slots. Why is it that nobody keep Nunchaku in mind for the calculations? I wasn't trying to calculate the whole turn, but I suppose that I didn't also. Claw is easy to move, and we need to play 1 more card, but it has to be Reinforced Body to block out, so let's do that. Okay. Let's get the double loop down. And I suppose that I'll be satisfied with a single Cold Snap, given that we're about to shuffle. And a single Consume is fine. We need to clear out some hand room, but I don't want to waste Steam Barrier, so I think I'm just going to skip a draw. Okay. We're about to split him. In fact, we involuntarily split next turn, right? Because of the quad-looped 6-focus Lightning Orb in front. So that's kind of unfortunate. Alright, well... I guess he splits at 220, so we can do up to, like, 40 damage this turn. We're already doing 9, so we can do, like, 30-ish damage. This does 22. Can we do 15? 15 plus 9 is 24. It's a little bit too much, so no, we have to hold this claw. We're already blocked out. So I guess Strike is the damage. Strike and Zap do the same amount of damage. So I'll play the Zap because it does more damage later. Yeah, Auto Shields to reduce hand size is an option. Kind of an awkward one. We're kind of just in an awkward spot, though. And Auto Shields is going to get way worse when we draw Dual Cast, because that loop is going to hit that Frost Orb right at the beginning of the turn. Which is going to make Auto Shields basically completely useless, so I guess I will get rid of it. And then we have to hold the rest. That's fine. Alright, this is our split turn, so let's go ahead and double Claw, and dual cast, and play a bunch of strikes. Looks like a pretty good split to me. Got 5 cards in hand. We're wasting 2 energy. That's fine. We've got 1,000,000 energy if we need it. He is buffing, like you do, if you're a champ. I don't want to skip the Consume. So let's go ahead and double Cold Snap. And then try and draw the Consume. Oh, we did. Well, at this point, I guess it's just Scrape. Scrape skips the next Scrape. Which I clearly do not have room for. I think we don't care about holding Defends anymore because we block for 1,000,000. So I'm just going to get rid of those. And press Enter. Yeah, I don't think 66 is going to be enough. Old champy boy. I think we got him. I'm gonna double the double energy for fun. 16 energy. So much power. So I'll reinforce body for. We'll just go for max block this turn. Yeah, we're gonna go balls to the wall and get absolute max block this turn. I'm gonna spend all the resources. How much did we get? 260. Not bad. And that's a champ. Okay. Thunderstrike seems bad. Buffers, okay. Hyper Beam and Fission being offered again. I do love outscaling champ. There's a special something about like taking the big muscly guy who's like, I never lose, and being like, I'm stronger than you, haha, boink. Buffer's okay. I don't know. Do we really need a buffer in the deck though? Like what fight is buffer helping in? Like Time Lord? Ooh, what you got? Oh, I know what that is. Maybe it is just skip. Thunderstrike's definitely a no. Hyper Beam's definitely a no. Fission could be quite nice. Fission's a really good card. We don't get orb slots very quickly though. We're like really relying on like Echo forming a cold snap to get our frost orbs. Which is kind of sad. Yeah, maybe it is skip. The buffer can be really nice. Buffer can block for like 70 against the heart, but like if we scale up really well, we don't need that. But like an Echo formed buffer plus blocks 4 attacks. That's just a lot of attacks to block. Like even in the 15 times multi-attack, that's like it's down to a 10 times multi-attack, right? You can block the entire Spire Spear multi-attack. It's like 40 damage. Alright, I'm gonna take a buffer. I think it's barely better than skip, but it's pretty, it's you know, it's something to add to the deck. It seems like we're pretty hungry for energy. So, Collar makes a lot of sense. Empty Cage is pretty nice with Runic Pyramid 2, cut down on the amount of gunk in the deck. And this is actually a pretty decent tiny house. We've got question cards, so it sees 4 cards, so it could actually have a rare in it. It's possible. 1% chance. The upgrade is more relevant because we hit Ancient Writing, so it could hit like Zap or something. There's also a lot of garbage upgrades, but like Buffer is a top tier upgrade now. We can't have the potion, so that's sad. Even good tiny houses aren't actually good. Is there any reason not to just turn off Braid and pick Slaver Scholar? I think Slaver Scholar's probably the best thing here by far. Okay. Can't think of one. Turn off brain, turn off brain. Good idea. We have to go this way, because there's a Mega Elite, and we need to get all of our keys in this act. Luckily, this is a great path. 3 question marks, 2 fights. That's exactly what you want in Act 3. A bunch of question marks later. We do need to hit a couple fires, because we need to have a fire for recalling and potentially one for resting. Luckily, the path we're forced into has 2 fires on it, so... I think we're in good shape here. I know, right? Yeah, why is Slaver's Collar a good thing? That is a good question. Either... Oh, just defend blocks out this turn. Auto Shields does not work, thanks to Anchor. Auto Shields has a lot of... Auto Shields finds a lot of situations to not work by the end of the game. So it's going to be those, and then we could play the Claw or hold it. There's not really any reason to play it, so I won't. Right, he never blocks, so... So Marinda, in Act 1, you want 3 fights, is your easy pool, and it's really important that you optimize for the easy pool. In Act 3, which is what we're in now, the easy pool is basically nothing. There's a fight that appears in both the easy and the hard pool, so there's basically no difference. But the Act 3 question marks are like bonkers good. They're like super good. It's like Mind Bloom and Sphere and whatchamacallit, Tesseract and stuff. Super good stuff. Auto Shields is good this turn, which is nice because it's the only block I have. I guess this is a good turn for Consume. And I have to play at least one more card to get rid of energy. Might as well play the Core Surge. Okay. We've been hit. We need to give Reinforced Body 2 or 3 energy. Depending. 3 energy would block all the way out, 2 energy blocks most of the damage. Alright, we have hand size problems this turn, so we're probably playing like either turbo or like double energy or something. I'll save the double energy for the turn when we draw Echo Form. That tends to be the most expensive turn. So I think we're just going to turbo this turn. And if we scrape, we can miss Echo Form, but we get Claws, which are damage. Yeah, this fight is always pretty scary. Let's go ahead and scrape. I'm not afraid. Alright, we got the Claw. Did we skip Echo Form? We did not. Okay, I guess I'll Reinforce Body for 4, because I've got 4 energy left. Oh, what does he do on lower Ascensions? I didn't even realize his behavior changed. I mean, I guess I would have assumed it changed, because almost all fights change. This is lethal. There's our reprogram, much later than intended. Glacier and Compile Driver. Glacier's super good. We need more ways of developing Frost Orbs. And we've got lots of energy flying around now, so Glacier seems like the most obvious pick. Interesting. I wonder when it changes. It might change multiple times, because it's a normal fight, so it can change on floor 2, 7, and 17. I guess 17 is just the move set, right? Doesn't change how much damage it does, just the move set. And I guess tougher just means they have more health, so it probably changes in Ascension 2. Maybe it is Ascension 17. Compile Driver is also here. Yeah, the question card is definitely good. Question card has saved us so far. I wonder how many cards on the rightmost side we've picked. I don't remember that sort of information about cards, so I can't recall. Sensory Stone. This event is good normally, and with question card is extra super good. Oh, it's Ascension 17 for 5 strength. Interesting. That's comparatively late. Yeah, okay, so Dwindling Storm, so the time when easy and hard pools is most relevant, as I was just saying, is Act 1. So in Act 1, it's really, really important to fight like pretty much exactly 3 hallway fights before your first elite. So the difference between the easy pool and the hard pool is really extreme in Act 1. In Act 1, the easy pool can contain like a double Laos fight, which is super easy, and the hard pool can contain like Gang of Gremlins. The hard pool also contains a triple Laos fight, so it's not like all of them are insanely hard, but like the hard pool also has like large slime and like jawworm plus Laos and like some pretty crazy stuff, looters and stuff. So you have to be really cautious about doing too many fights in Act 1. And it's really important to go to as many of the easy pool fights as possible, because you'll be able to defeat them without losing too much health, and you really, really need the attacks that they have. So you can get those card rewards, get those attacks, and then use those attacks to fight elites, and then the elites give you relics and more cards, and then once you've got those relics and cards, you're ready to fight like either more elites or hard pool fights. So that's kind of how Act 1 goes. Yeah, almost exactly 3. Sometimes 4 is correct, but that 4th one is going to be a struggle, because that's going to be your first hard pool fight. So sometimes that 4th one will just kill you. Yeah, so you want pretty much exactly 3. As close to 3 as you can get it. Sometimes 2 is okay. 2, you sort of like, you're not risking dying with 2, but you're risking not getting enough resources to win. The easy and hard pool things, the mechanics exist in the other acts, but it's way less important. So like in Act 3, the hard and easy pool basically don't exist. The first three fights are the easy pool. So the first 3 fights are the easy ones. All fights after that are hard. So that's why exactly 3. In Act 2 and 3, the easy pool is only the first 2 fights. And it is relevant in Act 2, right? Because in Act 2, like, easy pool fight is birds, and in Act 2, hard pool fight is snake plant. So, like, consider how hard snake plant is. But in Act 3, it's like, it's all Darklings, it doesn't matter. Shapes is in both. There's slightly different shapes, but it's not really significant. Yeah, honestly, probably one of the most important game mechanics is the Act 1 easy pool. It's like super important to understand. So like if people are like struggling to climb past Ascension 15, that's like very often your pathing in Act 1 is something that's holding you back. I'm definitely putting 10 health into this thing. These are insane with question card. Yeah, and there's nothing in the game that tells you about it either. If you're paying attention, you'll notice that you never get like Gang of Gremlins on floor 1, but that's really the only indication you'll get. These are terrible, right? Maybe Panache is good. How do we feel about Enlightenment? Decosts Echo Form, Glacier Buffer Consume. Doesn't seem necessary. Electrodynamics. Magnetism's quite good. Oh boy, this coffee has got me amped up. I'm just flying. Panacea Deep Breath are pretty good. Right. Yeah. Yep. The first 3 fights. It's I didn't figure it out either. Somebody explained it to me. That's true. Enlightenment is worth picking, potentially. Our first boss is Awakened One, so we should be a little bit cautious about picking powers, like Magnetism and Panache. Let's see this third one. Oh, there's an Apotheosis. Madness. Madness with 2 scrapes seems pretty good. Very difficult to target a Madness with a Pyramid deck, because we're going to have a huge deck. But not impossible. Especially not with the like super bursty energy thing we have going on. Where we can like turbo, double energy, play the whole hand except for a Madness and a single target, and then Madness that target and then play it. So we could get ourselves like a zero-cost Glacier, and then scrape and Glacier a bunch. Or a zero-cost Consume. Draw back to that. Or just a zero-cost Scrape, so that we can scrape into Scrape, and scrape while we scrape. The deck is too big to do an infinite, but not like dramatically so. Yeah, I mean, the main problem with Madness is you have to draw it, and then if it's not upgraded, you have to pay for it too. It is against Apotheosis, but our upgrades are notably terrible. There's like claws to get upgraded is basically it. Apotheosis, that's true. If everyone says Apotheosis, I actually don't know what Apotheosis means. Does anybody know what Apotheosis means? Let's learn something together. I guess the Theo root, I would assume, is like theology. And like, based on the card art, I would guess it's that you're like gaining theology. The highest point in the development of something, the culmination or climax. Huh, so it's like summit? Oh yeah, that's a similar word. Pinnacle, summit. I wish that they told me the etymology without me asking for it specifically. Comes from Greek. Yep, Theos is God, and Apo is from God. Okay, it's just basically straight from Greek, unchanged. It went into Latin for a while for no reason, never changed. That's weird. What's the like word usage chart look like for that? It's basically been used with exactly the same frequency for the past 200 years. A little dip around the 1950s for no reason. It's back in style. I like your anti-theosis strategy, Marinda. I wish that it was like an anti-prefix. Okay. It's like the ultimate pinnacle. Yeah, I'm always like learning words from video games, because video game developers are like, thesaurus, what do I do? Okay, so I think we're probably picking the Madness. What else are we doing? What is the beta art for Panache? No. What? Why? I hate most of the beta art today, I'm learning. What is this? It's magnet form. They made it magnetism into a form. This is just crazy. Yeah, I guess antithesis, that's true, that's true. It didn't occur to me that antithesis was the word that is anti... Well, wait, no, because what we're suggesting is antithesis? Antithesis? Is that the same word? I guess it is. We're definitely leaving magnetism on the beta art, because what the fuck is this? This is one of the strangest things I've ever seen. I think we're taking none of these. I would like to take magnetism, but it's kind of dangerous against Awaken 1, and kind of unnecessary. I guess colorless cards are often cost 0. But we have hand size issues already, so magnetism seems like a way to pay energy to make our problems worse. Panacea seems like a pick. We can pick it up with a Scrape. It and Core Surge can block the vulnerable from the heart. Maybe we still pick up a Bias Cog. Deep Breath has some of the same advantages. I'm not sure why I would want to control Shuffling. I don't have, unlike the previous 2 runs, I don't have, what is that card called? Or the relic. I don't have, it's a clock, but it's old, and it uses the sundial. I don't have sundial, and I don't have, abacus, so shuffle mechanics are not particularly relevant. I don't think I'm picking that. I think I'm picking this. I think I'm picking none of these, and none of these. Maybe Madness? Random Spire question. Should you expect your deaths to be evenly distributed between Acts 1, 2, 3, and 4? I've noticed nearly all of my deaths are in Act 2. I'm wondering if that means I need have a problem and need to change my approach. That is a fascinating question, FPL Panic. I think that if your deaths are in Act 2, then probably you do have a problem with your strategy, and I think that problem is the same as my problem. I also die almost exclusively in Acts 1 and 2. I almost never die in Act 3, and usually if I get to Act 4, I win. I do occasionally die to the end game, the like Act 3 bosses in Act 4, but usually just Acts 1 and 2. Almost never in the like middle of Act 3, although it does happen, like Transient will get you occasionally. But yeah, I think Act 2 deaths are very common. I think, like, if you didn't... Yeah, I think Pseudo Mazood has got a good point. Like, pretty much any deck can limp through Act 1 if you're, like, using potions or, like, just preparing for the boss appropriately. But if you limped through Act 1 and you didn't manage to make a deck that, like, has a way to win Act 2, Act 2 will definitely kill you. Particularly if you have a deck that's weak on AoE or doesn't do enough damage on turn 1, Act 2 is highly lethal. I think I'm going to try the Madness. Skip the last one. Winding Halls. So we can have a lot of Madness now, if we want it. We have 3 copies of Madness. I mean, 3 Madnesses, 2 Scrapes. We could, like, make almost everything in the deck cost 0. And just, like, dirtle. Hit both Scrapes. Find an all-for-one. How many things are not powers and don't already cost 0? So we got 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one can't cost 0. 11. This one exhausts. 12. 13. 14. We've only really got like 14 cards that even can be 0 costed. Kind of interesting. I usually am yes on this event with any sort of zero cost defect. I'm a little bit concerned about my health total though. So we could preserve the health and lose 4 max. We do have to fight Mega Elite soon, but we do get to rest before that. I think I'm gonna go for it. The risk of this is that like we end up drawing a handful of Madnesses and no action, and then we die. But this deck needs more card draw, and our card draw is currently just Scrape. So I think I'm willing to risk it, because it makes the Scrape so good. Alright, Shapes. Well, this turn isn't very good. I guess we'll just double energy right now. And then, Electro Consume Zap is good. Buffer blocks for 3. Really wishing I picked that, whatchamacallit? Self-repair from one of those Act 2 shops. Be really useful right about now. I can certainly focus on finding a more advanced solution earlier. In Act 1, I'm usually just thinking about how to beat Act 1. Yeah, exactly, right? It's a progressive deck builder, right? So you've got to have answers for things that are happening immediately as well as things that are happening at the end of the game. And Act 2 is exactly designed to catch you in the middle, right? It's like, oh, you don't have a... This would be our third scrape, and we're almost certainly picking it. Act 2 is definitely designed to put a pinch on you and be like, hey, you might be ready for Act 4, and you're definitely ready for Act 1, but are you ready for Act 2? Yeah, third scrape is amazing, right? Rebound is not really necessary with Runic Pyramid. Second Cold Snap is kind of okay, but we have a Glacier now. Third scrape is bonkers. Get on in here. Oh, hey, there's an All for One. We have 3 Madnesses. We should pick an All for One. I'm concerned about my health total, and I can't buy a regen pot anymore. But that's okay. I just picked an All for One, so... Yeah, my favorite defect beta art is definitely Cold Snap. This one's so cute. The 3 hats? Come on. I don't even remember what the original art looks like. This is just, like, lame. I mean, it's cool, but it's just like, kapow, pow, frost. Whereas this is like, look at this cool little robot. He's got a scarf, snapping his fingers. Looks nice and warm. It's just so cozy. Card remove is pretty nice. Get rid of a strike. Those strikes are really awkward because we have to get rid of them. Could get rid of auto shields. No, I think we need to get rid of a strike. Is there a shop coming up? There isn't. Okay. Good morning, B-Mod. Just before the afternoon for me. Coming in 12 minutes before the end of the morning. Pretty happy to see a zero-cost scrape, so I will make that happen. Apparently that's the end of the turn. We want Madness to hit All for One, which we can guarantee pretty easily. Defend first. And then we want to go in ascending order of damage. And then Madness hits All for One. Steamberry blocks out, All for One gets claws and stuff. We could have actually held the All for One and waited for a bit longer. Yeah, zero cost All for One is going to cause Giant Head some problems. Did we go past Echo Form? We did. We're going to have to shuffle to get Echo Form. Okay. I think we're done this turn. Let's get rid of that. We don't have any card draw, so I guess I'm just striking twice. Awkward. Okay. What do we want this Madness to hit? There's not really anything left where it's good. Maybe we could get another scrape. That's like the best case scenario. Let's start with auto shields because it actually works right now. Probably gonna want to play Consume. We need to block for another 29. Reinforced Body can do that with 3 energy-ish. So I guess Turbo does that. We can just use Madness to upgrade Zap. I mean... No, I'd rather just hold the Madness. I'll find a better target. How far did you get into Monster Train, if I may ask? I forget what they called their Ascension system, but I made some progress into that. I was on I think I was like a third of the way through the Covenants or whatever they're called. But I did not get to the top. What are they called? They're not called Covenants. Good Steam Barrier for 2. We got Voided. We can just double energy, reinforce body, and chill. I kind of want to get the defends out of hand, but I might need them for blocking next turn. This blocks for 72. Covenant. Yeah, 8 or 9 sounds about right. I don't recall exactly. I can't. I wouldn't stand by it in court of law, but this is 5 cards. That seems fine. I thought Giant Head was going to be like free for this deck, but it is not. He is beating us up. Okay, we need this scrape to be big. So let's clear out some hand room and make it big. I'm just going to let Madness go right now. Hopefully it hits a defend. Okay, great. One more defend before we scrape. Turbo, huh? That's not very useful. Wait, are we dead? Holy shit. Man, I really screwed this fight up bad. Alright, well I guess I have to live with my decisions. Part of me, I really want to restart this fight, because I'm 100% sure it's winnable. I just, like, I played the scrape in the first shuffle really early. When that should have been our big, like, go-off thing. Yeah, losing to this is unfathomably unexpected. I am so surprised. We didn't end up getting a single Frost Orb. Alright, I'm actually gonna do it. I want to see it. But we're gonna let him kill us, even if we succeed second time. I'm shocked. I can't believe that happened. Alright, so we definitely played the Madness on the scrape first time. And we do not play the scrape, because we want... Wait, why are we holding the scrape? We hold the all for one, we don't hold the scrape. Okay. Okay, so here we put the Madness on the all for one. And then we don't play the all for one until the end of the shuffle. Yeah, well, it's like way different now, right? Because now we've played like Echo Form. Yeah, because so we ended up all for one-ing, and that got us back a scrape, and then when we scraped, we skipped Echo Form and Glacier. And then we never really recovered. So it's not exactly holding all for one that would want us to fight, it's just not skipping Echo Form and Glacier. But I'm pretty sure we win now. But let's play it out. Double Consume seems right. Still need to block for... This is 16, 20, so we need to block for 20. 3 energy is enough. I'll go ahead and turbo just to play the strikes as well. And then we need all for one. We are going to have 5 slots in hand, so we'll get Scrape, Claw, Steam Barrier, Turbo. That's all of them, I guess. And then Scrape can get another claw. Let's make some room for Scrape to do some stuff. Okay, yeah, that's what that turn should have been, I think. And then we're just in way better shape. You can like double buffer here, which is insane in the fight. Just super casually like double buffering and blocking out. We're already blocked out. I will get rid of some defends. Just one defend. Alright, here's Madness. We could put that on something exciting. Probably the Consume, I guess. Maybe we just play the Consume. This is probably the last time we play Consume, huh? So then we can put it on Defend. Oh wait, we just doubled Consume. Oops. That's too much consuming. Well, Scrape is not going to draw us anything we can play Madness on, so we'll play Madness now. Might as well end there. I need to clear some hand room for All for One. So let's play a bunch of cards. And I'll use Scrape to shuffle. Yeah, Summer. I think we're pretty clearly winning. It's strange that the outcomes are so different. You would think they'd be similar, but they're not at all. Actually, I don't know if we can block for that much this turn. Maybe I should have just double striked. Seems like he's taking one of the buffers. Thanks for the follow. Shambwonlek. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the vegetable patch. Yep. Oh, crap. I didn't let him kill me. I guess I'll just abandon. Well, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a tiny little mistake to not hold the All for One. It is, like, it's important, but the reason it was actually important was the draw order ended up, if we play the All for One there, we scrape away, like, some really important resources, Echo Form and Glacier, and we just can't survive if we skip Echo Form and Glacier with the deck. I didn't realize. We lost the fight. So we lost the fight the first time we tried it, and then we just, like, save scummed to restart the fight. And so it was not a legitimate victory. Well, that's too bad. I really like these Scrape All for One Madness decks. They're really fun. I would have liked to see a hologram here at the end, but we changed the deck pretty dramatically in the past, like, 4 floors by adding 3 Madnesses and an All for One. So I guess it's not super surprising that we piloted it wrong, because All for One was, like, the last card we added. But yeah, just made a pretty critical mistake and paid the price.